recording is on. Now, some of you were here when it happened. Sorry, some of you were there when it happened. And some of you were on Eden still. But everybody heard the call. Commander Thompson over the radio, begging for assistance as the situation in Galahorn had quickly deteriorated. Who all was on Galahorn when this struck?
Artificer was.
Martin was also.
And Scion.
I guess we were all there.
Alright. Yeah, okay, this still works.
Mm-hmm.
Artificer, what would you have been doing on your downtime on Harrier? I just want to place everybody mentally.
Actually, Artificer was actually thinking a lot about what Hector had told him a few operations back about potentially needing to kill a former comrade and wondering what he meant by that. In the meantime, he kept himself busy with, maintaining his various frames and, kind of being very thoughtful, kind of a bit placid, I guess.
Yeah. Scion, where would you have been on Harrier? The kind of ruined town. There's like mostly tents to hang around in.
But OMDI still has like fortifications there?
Yep, it's split down the middle.
Right. He
It's
probably would
basically
have
like
been
a
in
checkpoint between the two.
Gotcha. He probably would have been running perimeter checks, probably with the other soldiers around the base, from day to day and maintaining his regiment.
Okay. And moving on over to Martin. Martin, what were you up to?
Martin would spend most of his time staring off across the divide over to the fission side. Just thinking. Trying to work out if the decision he's going to make is a good idea.
And last but not least, Solar Hush, what were you up to?
Being a scientist and all, I will guess either side would have called them to inspect maybe some sized remains of foreign tech, or to serve as some type of auxiliary support personnel.
Yeah.
Preparing, doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Solar Hush, actually. You are monitoring the anomalous energies on Galahorn. As you guys have been defeating Congregation and pushing them back, the expectation and prediction of it would have been that the anomalous energies, or the anomalous reality stretch, the ARS, would have begun to go down. But weirdly enough, it's starting to rapidly increase, exponentially. You're in one of the science tents discussing with the teams hushedly as things appear to be growing out of control rapidly on the ARS. You're not exactly sure what it means until you hear the first explosion out of Galahorn. Everybody's attention snaps towards the city as silence comes over the military base. And almost in an instant, there's a weight in the air, a vibration in the very molecules of your being, as suddenly just these massive holes begin appearing across the city. And in the brief moment that you guys have to take cover, what do you guys do?
Take cover.
being probably one of the only, well, not only, but some of the scientists with Lancer license and all that stuff. I will just rush to get my Sherman mount up and try to help other scientists either backup data, send whatever we can to a database in the name of science, keep everything documented and keep people safe. Take refuge.
Okay. Anybody else?
Scion would probably go on comms and start pulling rank, telling like perimeter breach in whatever section he believes it was happening, telling people to evac or other people to go there ready for whatever's happening.
Artificer?
Artificer just kind of like stares at the horizon and just like kind of takes a big huff of air, kind of puffs their cheeks, and turns around and heads toward the where he's got to go deploy.
Okay. And Martin.
Martin tries to move, but his legs won't let him. He is just standing there watching the destruction before him in stunned silence.
Now, Solar Hush, Scion, Artificer, you guys get maybe a foot, a sharp breath inwards, reaching up for your comms before it hits. Martin, you stand there as suddenly two massive chunks of land are ripped up on either side of you in like a V formation around you. Where people once stood, there is now dead air. Artificer, as you sucked in air, you saw, for like the briefest moment, the ground in front of you begin to rip up suddenly, and almost a orb-like thing approaching you, eating the earth as it went, and you feel yourself get pulled out of the way last second. Scion and Solar Hush, the people that you're going after to warn or help, just get consumed. Your Sherman getting essentially just a perfectly circular hole through it. And the next thing you guys remember, when you finally come to your senses, when the destruction has died down for just a hair, and the adrenaline has worked its way out of your blood, you find yourselves in huddled positions, hands over your head behind something that you have no idea would even protect you, or just sort of flat out on the ground. There is the sound of footsteps moving around some of you as the daze of the situation kind of still rotates in your head. The command tent that Commander Thompson had been putting out the message to is gone. Only the scrape out of an earth remains there. And you do see surviving Albatross members moving out towards the city. But ears ringing still. You're not sure exactly what to do. You do get, eventually, whether it be 5 minutes, 5 hours, it's really hard to put it together. You get an incoming transmission from Hector. Let me get on my little voice mod. Lancers, if there's anybody who reads me, anybody at all, we are sending in a ship with printers. I repeat, if you can hear me, we are sending a ship to Harrier to print. Rapid printers are on their way. After that, the cavalry. This is a line event. And it just cuts out from there. And with that, you see overhead a a ship, like a cargo carrier, which you presume the printers would be in, fly overhead when, as it kind of pulls over Harrier, still a good ways up in the air as it's doing kind of like a circle to come around, a missile comes out from the forest and slams into the side of it as it sort of spins out of control, and the back half goes flying towards you, towards the city of Harrier, not on top of you, and the front half continues twirling deeper into the city. You assume the printers are probably in there. What are you guys going to do?
Are we all in the same... Can we see each other, or are we still separated?
You guys are all in the same area. You're all on Harrier. So yes, if you were to start looking for one another, you would find each other very quickly.
Okay. And the ship split in half?
Mm-hmm. Down the... It was spinning, and the two halves that were spinning, one went one way, the other one went towards you.
Okay.
It just pulled itself apart in the center.
We gotta search the wreckage, see if we can find those rapid printers.
Right. Any of you recognize what that sphere was?
Would we be
I
able to know?
don't think you would.
No, but Artifice,
Hey, sir.
you do...
I know what it is.
No, I was about to say, you do hear a voice from slightly behind you kind of pipe up.
Okay.
I might know what it is. As Pisces stands there, worse for wear, as everyone is, but alive.
And what would that be?
I think that this is a Bacchus event, or a ruiner. I only saw this once, and her eyes dart back and forth as she kind of just generally motions towards her throat and towards the kind of holographic after image that is Nil. Since then.
Right. Then. So, what's caused it?
I don't really know what causes it or how to stop it. All I know is that we need to do something, or else it's going to keep going until everyone in the city is dead.
Well, getting our mechs ready is probably the best idea then. Afterwards, regroup and come up with a plan.
I have to stay here and try and reconvene with the Hazel Hereafters, but if we can catch up, we will.
Alright. All else go into the printers. Follow me. Get gear ready.
Artificer looks at Pisces. Pisces, be careful out there.
She just gives you a silent nod and pauses, and then turns around and goes and starts going in the opposite direction as you approach this back half of the crashed plane. So, as you guys approach the back half of the plane, looking into its burning wreckage, you see that this is the carrier half of it, the opening bay doors. If there was about one printer in here, but it does not appear to have survived the crash. Below is the time and distance measurements. You are currently working against time. Once time hits the 6th tick, that's what I'm looking for, it will have been too late to retrieve the printers from the front half of the ship. Distance is how far you have to go. You are going to be trekking from Harrier to essentially almost the other side of the city. There will be diversions along the way that you can choose to ignore, but if you choose to engage with, will net you powerful either allies, resources, equipment, other such things.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But how far apart are they?
How far is what apart?
Isn't the rubbish split in two?
Yeah. So the front half is like on the other side of the city.
We're currently at the back half.
Yeah. So if you're like at the south, it's up north.
Are we closer? We're closer to one than the other.
You guys just check the back half.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No. And the back half didn't have anything useful?
I got you.
Anything that would have been useful did not survive the crash.
I got you.
Dang it. Okay. Well, this is all junk.
Martin will take a couple bits of scrap for later. Just put it in his cloak.
We'll look at him and say, "Make haste." And then Cyan will look at Artificer. What did that person mean by then?
Well, we have a bit of a history, let's just say.
Positive history?
Oh, well, talking about OMDI, every day is a bright and cheerful one.
Yes, bright and cheerful today, is it too?
You guys
Can't
begin
imagine
moving.
it getting much brighter.
No, I want to ask how you guys how you guys are navigating the city. Are you navigating stealthily? Or are you guys navigating with a lot of haste? Excuse me, sorry.
Do we have... So, did we see where the front half crashed? Or
Yes.
do we just know it's... Okay.
You saw the direction it went in. You have a very good idea of where it landed.
And we know... Did it land in in Vision side of the city?
No, the back
No?
half. Like, you guys. So Harrier, where you guys split it in half, is like a border town. It's like its own little township that is only a part of the city because of eminent domain. It's like 10 minutes outside of the actual city. And it was destroyed in a conflict between the two congregation sects, you and Vision. And you guys took control of each half.
Okay.
Is there anywhere kind of high I can get up to like get a better vantage point?
From where you currently are, there are a few motels that seem to be intact enough to safely scale to the top.
I wanted to like survey like potentially because I'm assuming everything's fucked up and blown up and it might be difficult to navigate.
Yeah.
So I wanted to like kind of surveil for a good pathway with my smart scope.
Okay, yeah. You can definitely start to do that, but because of the nature of the city, it definitely gets too thick, buildings blocking your line of sight like trees. And from where you are, you can't get high enough to look at the city from essentially above,
Okay.
as that would
Is that
basically require you to be in one of the skyscrapers.
Is that what we want to do then? Go to a skyscraper? Or do we just want to try to head towards it in the fastest way possible?
Could I use rigor to make some sort of radar that lets me like keep track of like the obstacles around us? Like to get like a map of some sort?
Describe for me how you would make that, and I'll consider it.
Well, the way most radars work is they send out like I'm forgetting the word.
I think they send a wave
Yeah, waves, and then you get what comes back and as information.
Like echolocation, sort of.
Yeah, echolocation. That's the word.
So
It
you
paints.
you would need to create something or use the parts in order to create something that can
Yeah.
emit waves that it can then receive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. You'd need to scrounge around a bit, but you can definitely do that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and I have to use a d6 to see what side effect my creation has. Let's see.
You basically
4.
use what's left of poor Solar Hush's mech in order to try and rig up something using its sensor modules.
Yep.
What's a 4 do with rigor? I forgot.
It seems to have a mind of its own and activates without me sometimes.
You may have pulled from scattered bits of a Gabriel principle that was once in there.
Yeah.
Approaching the city and getting closer, it is almost cartoonish if it wasn't, currently happening to you. But a lot of the buildings appear to have been made into Swiss cheese, being your first thought, with the perfect circular holes dotted along them.
Do we see any signs of life?
Sparse. People are moving in the rumble, people are running, people are screaming, though a lot of it is distant from where you are currently.
Scion looks at Artificer. You said you had a smart scope?
Yep. pulls a
got-
pulls a smart scope out of his pocket.
Scion pulls mag clamps out of his pack. If you really want, we can climb up at the top to one of the skyscrapers. Get a better feel for everything.
At least in like a short distance, so we don't, run into something or run into an obstacle that'll slow us down.
I mean,
Getting
isn't that what the
that close
radar's
to one of the
for?
skyscrapers would be like basically in downtown.
Yeah.
There's not one
Okay,
that
well-
close.
Okay. We just see the Swiss cheese from a distance. Alright, it's not worth it then.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so do we want to just be walking in quietly or just walking?
Or even
Somewhat
sprinting.
careful. Keeping to cover, having an escape route.
Yeah, I vote for we go in methodically and quietly.
So, which one of you would like to use a trigger to help guide the group quietly through this area?
Let's see.
I got +4 to
triggers.
spot.
I have +4 to stay cool.
I have +4 to investigate.
I have +6 to blow something up.
And I got a
Hey.
rock.
It
Blow
could
up
be
their ability to spot us.
it could be a distraction. Distraction.
Would using the device I created be an invent create check with accuracy? From the
I would say
bomb
that the device
ability?
would give you guys accuracy on navigating the city, but I
Okay.
would say that the stay cool trigger is probably the most relevant.
Okay.
Alright. I will attempt to stay cool. No
With
promises
accuracy.
are
People
made.
may help and give you an extra d6 of accuracy at the cost of 1 stress, or you could personally push it for an accuracy at the cost of 1 stress. Or
This does
if you
seem
fail
kinda
this,
like-
you could,
Mhm.
or if you fail this, you could make it riskier and try to go for it again with accuracy.
Alright, does anybody want to give me that accuracy?
Do?
Are we
much-
using bonds?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I have one that's Cosmocephalus. It says when someone else makes a skill check, give them one accuracy, telling how you prepared, planned, or accounted for this situation.
Right.
Seeing that, I mean,
You can do this twice per
honestly,
session. Okay.
Yeah, just so we're clear, we're trying to get through towards what exactly?
We want to get to the front half of the ship because we were just at the back half and that was junk.
Because
So probably
currently
all
you
the
don't have frames.
Yeah, we're on foot
Okay.
right now.
Yes, I got. Okay, so the way that Derek would have planned from this will be that looking through whatever remains of the back half where that we reached first, we're trying to reach. So he would try to download some sort of ship or look at some
Manifest?
manifest, black boxes, whatever document that would tell us the layout or the shape of the ship's interior to sort of like get an idea of what a good entry point would be to like not get lost within the wreckage.
Well, currently you're trying to navigate the city.
Yeah, we have to find it.
Being as a part of the scientific staff, I guess he would have some sort of registry or document giving him the layout of the city he's working on.
Yeah, you would have a city map probably, because you are measuring ARS levels. You might have like a
Yes.
digital one.
It's like a mapping of the energy readings, but it's still a map.
Yeah.
So he can use it to like give him an easier route to avoid the spikes of radiation or something like that.
You don't have an active ARS meter, and ARS isn't radiation, but it's just a measurement of how weird shit is currently.
Basically, yeah. But I understand if it's not updated, but I think the latest
But
backup.
it'll definitely give you accuracy on navigating the city despite the rebel.
All right, so
And
I
since
will
you're
roll
using
this
that
with
bond power, you don't need to take a stress.
All right.
Oh, you got 2 accuracy, right?
Oh, 2 accuracy.
Yeah, because
Okay.
of the radar I made.
The doodad, yeah.
Yeah.
What did I roll on my accuracy die? 3.
A
Okay,
3,
let me
yeah,
see if I can do
sure.
better than the 3.
No.
A 3 again.
So
Never mind.
15. Yeah, you guys begin to mark your trek through here carefully, quietly. There is a sound of like vibrating air as Artificer you like hold up your hand for everybody to slow down. Peeking over the corner of some rubble that you guys have basically like planted yourself flat behind. Artificer, you see what you saw before you've been pulled out of the way. This now with a closer look at it while it's standing still, like it looks like mirrors folding into themselves, like tesseracts, repeatedly and infinitely folding onto oneself. And then in a moment, they begin to unfold into this creature of some. It's at first you thought it was a mech, but it is most definitely like a beast with like a chitinous hard shell that is like a faux metal. It's dark blue as it kind of like stands there with a hunch, surveying around before, as you begin to hold your breath, folding back into itself and zipping back off.
Well, it looks like there's some wacky shit going on, everyone.
Does it seem to notice us?
No.
Yeah, did it see us? It didn't see us,
No,
right?
not that you could tell. It looked around. It didn't seem to notice you or look at you directly. It just folded into itself and it went down the street that it was on.
Can
And
we
you guys all
continue to
look at it silently.
go through without like getting too close to the area it left to?
Yeah.
Okay.
But as you guys are starting to navigate out from your hiding spot, you guys notice a ruined mech frame that you recognize. It is the knight of an albatross pattern. It is the frame of an albatross pattern knight. Specifically ravens. As it sits there, almost ripped in half, you notice the cockpit is empty, but a trail of blood leads out from it into a nearby building.
I'm gonna do Heart Sight.
Heart sight.
Allows me to sense the ambient emotional state of those close to you.
I do believe that'd be like those immediately around you that you can see.
Let's see. You don't have to be able to see them, but the effect becomes muddled if there are more than a few people close by.
Well,
You
With
can
accuracy
definitely.
and increased effect from
I'll
next
say-
check.
Yeah, I'll say
I-
that you most definitely can feel that there is somebody alive in there.
Mm-hmm.
Weakly, but they're alive.
Mm-hmm.
I recognize this livery. This is an albatross pilot that was in my unit when we were fighting congregation forces. It looks like they might be alive, judging by the blood trail.
They are alive. Barely.
The blood trail leads away to where the ship is. Do you consider it worth finding them?
Well, they're a soldier. They know how to fight. We probably need every gun we can get.
Lead the way.
Alright, so let's slowly approach. Make sure it's not an ambush or anything. See if,
Martin goes quickly, knowing that there's no one else there.
okay.
Yeah, Martin steps boldly past all of you as you are kind of doing your commando shit. Martin just strides past you. And to the right, sort of pressed up against the wall, the wall next to the door is what I'm trying to say. You see Raven pressed up against it, holding his insides inside. Keeping his insides inside.
Oh shit! Hey, wait, I got a corrective. I start applying that to him.
Yes. So do you have any other medical triggers?
I have no medical triggers.
I have patch.
I don't think fix would count.
No.
Just make him a cyborg.
So yeah, using the patch as well from Solar Hush. If you'd like to take a stress because you're assisting, roll a flat d20 with 2 accuracy.
Me or Solar Hush?
You, since you hopped on it first.
Plus 2 accuracy, you said?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh.
Nice.
Well, that you didn't do the KH1, so that's 6.
Yeah,
there would
subtract.
be a bonus to it. Oh, that's your grit.
Yeah.
It would be flat, so that's 17.
Crap.
Still a good roll.
Yeah, still a good roll. You begin applying the medical tools to the best of your knowledge. You haven't re-upped your medical certification for like first aid, but you feel pretty confident in combat medicine at this point. And
Is Raven
blood
conscious?
flow,
yeah, he was kind of barely lucid when you found him, just kind of like looking at you, but looking through you, past you. His eyes begin to return with color in them as he looks between you all, starting to try and sit up and groaning a little bit. Oh, hello.
Easy, easy.
You know, Raven, you have a tendency to like almost die every time I see you.
He kind of gives you a big smile, but winces in pain. Sorry, it's a hazard of the occupation. I blame my mentor.
I sort of try to position him so he's leaning mostly on Scion. Like I put his arm over my shoulders.
There's that sound again of vibrating air as Raven's eyes go wide, and he holds up a finger to his mouth. Shh, you have to hide.
Oh shit. And duck for cover, real quick, quietly.
Yeah, you guys all sort of like place yourself in hiding places. Scion and Martin taking Raven by the shoulders over towards an appropriate hiding space. kind of like under the secretary desk of this building. It seems to have been like some sort of like big business building, or the security desk, I guess would be more accurate.
Also, one other thing. 6, that uses my corrective, right?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
and there's the sound of stone being dematerialized, crushed. It sounds like a million little teeth, like if termites made a lot of noise when eating, or I suppose like the amplified sound of a termite eating something, as then an unfolding noise as 2 feet hit the ground, and there's the sound of sort of like lurking. So there's 2 groups right now, right? There's Artificer and Solar Hush, and then there's the 3 under the desk.
Yeah.
Artificer, Solar Hush, can I get a sort of stealth save? Or check, or trigger. Trigger, that's what I'm looking for, stealth trigger.
Alright.
Don't have any, so just a flat thing.
If you have anything that you think you could justify using for stealth.
I can blow something up to create a distraction. No, really, I don't think I have any. 8.
10 and an 8. You guys hear it kind of approach you closer. Where do you think you guys would have hidden in this kind of area? There's like some busted out storefronts and whatnot, but it's kind of designed to be open, unfortunately.
I probably would. Is there like a stairwell?
Yeah, there's like a
Would've, like-
escalator.
I would have hidden in like the stairwell and ducked down, and then that way I would have a way to escape.
Yeah.
Hash
The
would,
ruin...
Hash would probably just lean against the wall next to like a doorway or something.
Yeah. The ruiner starts approaching where you guys are hiding. As it sort of like opens its mouth a little bit, and you can begin to see like the skin stretch out and sort of pop and tear as it kind of stretches its jaw for what might be the first time, and bares its teeth, approaching your position.
Could I use skin crawl?
Yeah, absolutely. How would you like to use skin crawl?
It just says, like, if there's a question about who acts first in a scene, it's you. You get an itch, tick, or bad feeling when someone or someone you consider close to you is in immediate danger. I would assume they're in immediate danger in this instance. I guess.
Yes, you are feeling it very bad. You might act first if you wish to distract it from approaching that position further.
Okay.
Yeah, just saying as these things start to approach, Hash kind of like reaches inside the back pockets of his hardsuit, and you can see him taking out a large number of like
Explosive munitions.
he's a scientist. It's not like munitions. It's more like the necessary chemicals and reactives to probably just do some sample cleaning.
Okay, he's going alchemist on their ass.
Yeah, it's like no, it's just like what's the name? Like decontamination, sample cleaning, stuff like that. But they just happen to have a high corrosive and explosive label on the side.
I wanted to ask 6 if I could take, like, I have a smart scope. Could I look at something like, if there's like glass that hasn't been broken, I want to chuck it at that glass that's like furthest away from both groups to
Okay.
shatter it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could use spot for that trigger.
I would. Sorry, let me pull up your. Let me pull you up real quick. Use act unseen or unheard, because you're trying to distract them from seeing people, including you. I'd hope.
Perfect. All right. I will roll that. No accuracy, anything, just as is.
Can I give an accuracy here?
Yeah. If you you can
Yep,
give
I'll
it
take
an
the stress.
accuracy where you'll take 1 stress. So yeah, take it with an accuracy.
Okay.
Morton has a comforting presence. He's nice. Yeah, you yuck this thing overhead and then duck back under the desk as you hear a and then the artificer, you immediately see that the ruiner snaps its head over there and you slip into a different hiding spot.
Yep.
As it starts to investigate. You guys are effectively hidden from this thing, but you're currently kind of stuck in this building with it.
Is there like a window or like a way we could jump out?
Yeah,
out,
like there's a lot of most of the walls are kind of glass. Like there's a lot of windows. It's very like a modernist.
Is there anything that's already broken open?
Yes,
Okay.
plenty of stuff.
Is there a way I could get down safely, or is it too high up?
Down safely.
Yeah, like how I don't know how many stories up I am, because I kind of said I went up
first
an
story.
elevator. Okay.
I believe
you're
we're
still on the
first
first. You're
floor,
still on the
right?
ground floor.
All right. I'll just make my way out of a window then.
Okay. Yeah. You guys all just sort of slip out.
Cool.
I'll say with a 19 on that distraction. Yeah, you guys don't even need to make a roll for it. Raven being in a bit better condition to just follow along without needing to be carried because of your medical skills, I suppose.
Also,
Jules,
Martin wraps
pay
his
the
cloak
medical.
around Raven.
Do we regroup?
Yeah, I would assume.
After
Raven.
we regroup, Scion looks at Artificer and says, "That smart scope was a gift. That this man better be worth it."
Well, I can't promise you that. That smart scope's pretty expensive. I kind of teasingly say, looking at Raven.
He kind of gives a half-hearted smile.
Raven,
There's
did any other albatross survive?
Maybe.
But that will.
I'm pretty sure, but we're scattered. I can't get any communication.
We're trying to make our way to the rapid printer so we can frame up.
I
The
think I
ship
saw
was,
that fly overhead before I had to crawl myself bleeding into a building.
Yeah. We need to make our way over there quickly. It's too dangerous to stay here on foot.
Especially if more of those things are crawling around.
I think that's the one. It did.
This is just one of them?
He kind of nods. It did, as he kind of looks around the city. All of this.
When I used Heart Sight last time, did I get any sort of emotional state from that thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. You don't know how to feel about it, nor do you even want to wish to speak up about what you felt about it. It felt very similar to watching a baby. There was an intense curiosity to it.
I thought you were going to say it was a pain in the ass, like watching a baby.
Like the way that it interacted with things when you did see it interact, with curiosity. It seems animalistic in its nature, but you can definitely tell that there's a lot more going on than inherently meets the eye.
See. That'll come in handy later, I'm sure.
Continuing
Ominous.
on, you guys would like to give me a check for moving through the city, either carefully or quickly.
I'm still
Um,
game with going in carefully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, more of a preparation than anything. I just want to like try to make a or redundant, it's redundant, but try to make either with the chemicals that I have in hand, either try to make like either an incendiary thing to like cut the path of the thing if it starts to chase us, or something that will make a loud noise, or
Oh,
just
I feel like I haven't appropriately established how big this thing is. It's like the size of a building.
no. I know it's big,
Ah.
but it got distracted by
Oh,
glass
yeah.
ending. I think I can make a louder noise with some
Okay.
some chain reaction.
Yeah,
or something.
absolutely. If while you on the move you want to a hacker fix or inventor create, I suppose would be more appropriate. Yeah,
Okay.
inventor create, but since you're trying to do it while on the move, I would say that less ideal conditions, you'd probably do this at difficulty.
I could cancel out that difficulty.
Okay. Then you
Yeah.
can take the stress for it.
Yep.
Hold on, I'll be right back and use the restroom real quick. Sorry.
Thank you.
When he's back, I need to remember.
I don't 6 feet away.
Yes, the chemicals do react in the way that you expected, just in your hand,
Oh,
as you
I just-
have to immediately throw it away.
I just try to like save face and throw it like through one of the windows. Okay, that thing will be distracted for like 10
Yeah.
seconds. We have to go.
Yeah, get one stress for that.
yeah.
guys, I made a distraction. Let's run.
Yeah. It's
If you guys
What
go,
type-
if you guys hot-footed, even though you're more likely to attract the attention of it, you guys could fill out more than one tick on the distance clock.
I just don't know how we're gonna get around that thing if it shows up.
I have a couple. I do have a thing I could use that'll give us one out for free.
What do you
What?
have in mind?
I brought Heart of Hearts for any emergency cases.
What does that do?
When you and your group are in a tough spot, you can flash back to a scene from your past or hometown, describe how that memory inspires you in the current moment. You can treat your next roll as though you rolled an unmodified 20.
Oh shit.
Once
Okay.
per session.
Yeah, that's
You can only ever use this ability 3 times.
That's
Ah.
If we need a clutch move, I can pull one out.
that's definitely worth considering.
That is a clutch move, although I imagine probably escaping these things would probably take more than one roll, even maybe a
Yeah.
nat 20. So, I'm still game with let's go slowly and not rush until we feel the need.
Okay.
And unless the person we're saving is another important side character, we probably leave him.
All right, so give me somebody in the group other than Artificer. Give me a check for progressing through this place carefully.
I am back, by the way.
Hello, Artificer. Welcome back.
I'm low.
Could I do act unseen or unheard and that
Yes.
apply for... Cool.
Yeah, super yes.
Do they still get the accuracy from the device still, or is that one time?
No, it's not a one-time thing. You have it until
Okay.
the end of this session, I believe. But And it just-
Okay.
Okay. It's in a good mood still.
Okay.
So what does that do for me?
It
Gives
means
you an
that you can still
accuracy.
get the accuracy. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. All right.
Oh
Well-
no.
Look. Ruh-roh.
Uh-oh, sisters.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Scion's just kind of, he reaches for his pocket and like, oh yeah, my smart scope's not there. And then he trips and falls off like a ledge, and you just hear a big breaking sound as he falls on a car.
You like tripped over the railing to like one of those below highways.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
He just lands on someone's car. You hear the glass smash, and he's just looking up, just like, ah.
Yeah, take a stress.
Where do I apply stress?
You can do it on ComCon. You should have 8
Yeah.
total stress that you can.
Okay.
Yeah, the bond
Unfortunately,
system is
this does
non-
not yet have the support for
Yeah.
bonds, but it's in the future, I imagine. Or think I've been
Yeah,
told.
no, that's not good.
So
I add it.
the car alarm begins to go off.
Oh shit.
Apply fist to faces. I punched the car to make it stop.
You're gonna need to roll really well.
Anybody want to give me an accuracy?
I can-
metal.
I have hacker fix.
The horde
just-
is coming.
I could honestly just do hacker fix. It would probably go way better for us.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably just take out like the unwire the
Yeah.
battery.
Yeah, hacker fix. To just disconnect the car alarm.
I have a hacker. I'm sorry. I have an inspiration. When an ally can see or hear you while making a skill check, you can encourage them to give them a +1 accuracy twice per session.
All right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. So, +1 accuracy. Here we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah, 22.
You throw yourself over this barrier, hit the car with your boots next to where Scion landed, and you just sort of like throw the door open, pop out the bottom of it, and the car just immediately goes silent. And you let out like you just defused a bomb. You know? And you guys continue on.
Scion shakes his head.
There's still that sound of vibration through the air, but it's not coming towards you. But it is in the area. So you guys, as you continue further through the city, see a command, a destroyed command. These massive size 4 behemoths do carry on board a printer on their side that you could try and see if it works as a diversion, or as at the cost of time. And additionally, from here, you can now see that north, there is a fire in the forest. For those of you who went there, you would recognize that as the wives' home, or the woman's shelter, currently on fire.
Mixed feelings on that one.
So, you could stop and attend to this command, and then you could stop and attend to that. The command's basically right in front of you.
I'm gonna work on the command.
Okay.
If he's gonna work on it, Scion's gonna play spotter, so he'll just be standing outside watching for the thing.
Yeah.
So
As you approach it, you see like the lights on the inside of its like sputter to life and then die out again. There are ladders to climb aboard into like this massive rapid printer, built to
Alright.
essentially create. Usually, it's used to print out armaments for allies on the battlefield. It doesn't usually print out entire mechs. It's not quite that big.
Right.
It could print a Leviathan cannon, though you don't know if that is something you could do right now.
Well, we could see if we could salvage something from it.
Yeah, you can see the synth filament up top, kind of dripping from the nozzle.
Is there anybody on the command or in the command?
No, if the crew was here, they've abandoned it. This appears to be an OMDI standard paint job command.
Okay. I'm gonna activate Metal Bloom. So for the rest of the scene, I can't roll less than a 10 on any skill checks involving the use or understanding of technology.
Oh yeah.
And then we're gonna use Hacker Fix. We're gonna turn that into a 10. So that would be 16.
Okay. So with the 16, you are definitely able to get the printer to life, but you're unable to exactly set what it prints, as it just starts to roll through what it previously had begun working on. And you guys gain the reserve of... Where is it? It's a redundant repair. Or redundant
Why?
systems.
I have 5 of those.
Well, now you have 6.
So one of you who has the thing may once in the next combat scene repair yourself or stabilize as a free action.
Oh, as a free action.
Yes,
Gimme.
Oh,
Better.
it's the
Come
redundant.
It's redundant.
repairs.
It's redundant system upgrades, but instead of a quick action, it's a free action.
Yeah, redundant redundant repairs. It should be in the reserves list on CompCon. You can make
Yep.
note of it there.
Gotcha. Oh, that's wonderful.
is it
I
take
already
SP to
have. I already have Azura and the Sherman system, so anyone else is free to take it.
Oh, redundant
We'll figure that out later.
Hmm.
Okay.
I fear we're running out of time.
Yeah, we should hurry. Alright, I say beeline it, fellas.
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah. Make a break for it.
Yep. By this point, I think so.
Yeah, if you check the items tab, I think you can all see the redundant repair. Yeah.
Items. Okay.
Yep.
Alright.
Okay. Awesome. We'll try and keep that in mind. So you guys keep going after you approach the command, the woman's home burning in the horizon. You could still take a faster approach to fill more ticks rather than just one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what we want to do, right?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
It could theoretically give you enough time to both reach the back half of the ship and address the situation at the woman's house.
Yeah.
The woman's
Yeah.
shelter.
Yeah.
So we'll go and we're gonna go quickly to the ship.
Okay. So what kind of role would you give me for that?
I don't know if this counts as a tough spot. 'Cause I
I
can
think
just
that your
guarantee
entire
it.
life's been a tough spot since this happened. I'll take it.
So if we want, I can just say we succeed.
Hey, hang on. I have instinctive.
Oh.
Describe a course of action to the GM that you plan to take in the same scene. We're giving guidance. It doesn't really affect rolls, though.
Oh, so guidance, huh?
Yeah.
Basically, if you were to tell me your plan, I would have to answer whether or not it's a good idea.
Alright.
What was the state of that printer? It wouldn't be like... My plan is have Artificer just turn it on and start immediately printing something to be as loud as possible in the hopes that it is louder than our footsteps running to the ship.
I can blow it up to create a distraction.
We could also blow it up to make a distraction. Could you like set a fuse on the explosion? So then, we have like a few minutes to get out of the blast radius, and then we hightail it out of there after the blast.
I can probably turn it to print something that's very inflammable or reactive in such a way that it creates a lot of smoke, a lot of fire, a big bang.
Yeah, we use that as a massive distraction, so then we can be louder as we just hightail it to the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That is the course of action I am describing.
Yeah, Boone.
Boone? Okay. So that's a good thing. Solar Hush, you're up.
Hush goes to the control panel, starts printing whatever already uploaded schematics for glass, explosives, munitions, whatever it would make a loud bang or something.
It just sort of has already been printing those after Artificer started to get it up and running again.
Okay. Hash kind of like make sure to pile everything up. Puts a thermite charge, his thermite charge, like right snugly in the middle, with a really long fuse, and connects it to like a switch on his hard suit, like a very specific signal, and he prepares to detonate on command.
Okay, so if anybody has any triggers for getting somewhere quickly that you could sell on me, you'd get double accuracy.
Could I charm the DM to give you a convincing argument?
Tell me more. Tell me more.
It's working.
I think it would be really funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I've got. I'm just a silly little guy, what can I say?
Sure. Sure. Additionally, your echolocation device or your radar has switched itself off.
Okay. Anybody want to give me an accuracy on this roll?
You already have 2 of them.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Don't get so greedy.
Okay, here we go.
Oh man, spoke right through the monitor at you.
So, you do still have time. You have reached the front half of the ship. You could still address the situation at the wives' home since you still have time. And leave somebody behind to print.
Yeah, that might work.
How's Raven looking?
Better. Blood flowing, movement, holding together.
Assuming we are in sort of like an easier spot, can I hand them a steam?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I offer it. I don't administer immediately. Just sort of like
Oh, drugs?
if you're
Okay.
if you're, I just hand it over. If you're feeling this will ease up the pain. I just hand it over to them.
Yeah, he takes it. And he just sort of like hits himself in the arm with some freeze. Thanks, Doc.
Oh, I'm not a duck.
Oh,
Well, I am a doctor, just not that kind of doctor.
well, thanks, Doc. Question mark? Thanks, Doc, but not a doc in that way. So yeah, one of you can remain here and begin printing all of your mechs for you.
I'll
Or-
do it.
Okay.
I'll do it and I'll stay here with Raven.
Yeah, Raven will try and do their best to help. They don't do OMDI printers, but they'll try. And you other three begin heading over to the women's home.
What does the place look like? You said it's a forest on fire?
Yeah, or there's a fire in the forest.
Oh, okay. But do we see the women's home from where we are? No.
From where you are, no, not really.
I see. Okay. Well, let's go, fellas. Can I do act unseen and unheard to get us there?
Absolutely.
Cool. I'll just roll that as, guys.
Okay.
Ten.
That's enough. You get there successfully without any major complications because of the previous distractions still doing some work right now.
There's no cars for me to fall on.
No, there's none. You guys standing from the bottom of the hill can begin to see that in the clearing where the woman's home is, it's the thing that's on fire currently. You guys cut through the woods to remain out of sight as you approach. Reaching the top of the hill, you do see a ruined selection of congregation frames, and standing over them being some congregation squads, as the squads every now and then just blast the destroyed frames a little bit. And if somebody wants to give me a spot.
I got a +4. Anyone got anything higher?
Nope.
Cool. You said this was congregation destroying what frames?
Congregation.
Oh, I see.
You would presume that the squad are observants of Will, and the frames were the wives of his. In fact, Martin even recognizes those frames as the ones that gave him some trouble. In fact, there is a Demogorgon corpse still here.
Oh, wait. You mean...
Sorry, Gorgon? Gorgon. Sorry.
Yeah, Gorgon.
I kept saying Demogorgon. My apologies.
Oh.
You do see the corpse of your recently destroyed frame.
Shit.
Shit
Mark?
again.
Oh, no.
Actually, wait.
Do you want to push that?
Well, I just realized I have Eyes of the Void.
Oh. Tell me more.
Say that again?
Oh, you yeah. Do you want to roll that accuracy and see if it puts you
Yeah.
at the edge? Then after that, we can talk about push.
Yeah.
Oh, let's talk about push.
Plus stress?
Yeah, just one stress, and now you get an additional accuracy.
Okay,
But now
better
the
be-
roll is riskier, and the consequence is more dangerous when you fail.
Half of them are already dead anyway. It's fine.
No. Like re-roll the d20.
Oh,
With
re-roll the
accuracy, I
d20.
do
My
believe,
bad.
yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to keep that d6?
No, it's fine.
No. Okay, then I'll just do a completely new roll with accuracy. Oh, thank goodness.
Okay.
19.
That's charm, but it's the same bonus.
You see,
Yeah, you
see
spot.
Scion just-
You guys are hidden on like the right side of the forest. The house is like in a clearing. You see amongst the members of the squads a tall figure in robes with like white blonde hair, who appears to be giving orders and has a rather sick glee to them currently. And scanning over towards the other half of the forest, the left side, you do spot somebody also hiding, like you, a berserker.
Oh.
There's a
And they
pause
seem like
from
they
them.
belong.
They definitely
seem
don't
like
look
they
like
belong.
They definitely look like they're with the wives. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a moment where the berserker stares and then begins to back up further into the woods, seemingly leaving now. So you have two choices. You can go after the berserker who's escaping, or you can attack the congregation group.
Zion will relay the information. There's a wives straggler. Berserker frame.
On Tiff.
Who?
Doesn't matter, they're not much of a threat at the moment.
So do we want to deal with these mechs?
Well,
Probably the optimal
squads are
decision.
people.
Oh,
Like
it's just
dudes.
regular people?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of people.
Cowabunga!
Oh,
A
that's
bunch of
lovely.
dudes.
Hey, Artificer, bring the frames over. We're gonna have a full-on feast.
I don't know how far along they are printed yet.
Yeah.
Well, you're tapping the screen and it's telling you like 3 weeks. You know it'll be done sooner than that, though.
Fucking hell, it's just like my Steam downloads.
Yeah. You also think that taking the time to finish printing the mechs and then bringing them all the way up the hill would probably take too much time, and they'll have already moved on.
Okay, well,
Yeah, that's a negative, everyone. Still need time to print them.
how many people of the observers are here?
A good
Like-
handful. I'd say
Okay.
at least like 20.
Oh yeah, that's
a
too much for us.
non-insignificant amount, but you do think that they are unarmed, or like they have no armor, and they seem to have some very simple weapons. Like, you think that the weapons were probably made on planet, even, because they don't. They look like maybe like assault rifles, but like shittily made ones with wood frames,
Okay, that's not bad.
long banana mags.
Like actual bananas?
No.
Yeah, they're literally bananas. They're banana Magdalenes.
I will say, fighting a whole ass berserker as pilots might be a bigger ask than fighting a bunch of
Yeah.
other non-mech people.
That's true.
There
Thief,
is
you don't happen to
something-
have more bombs, do you?
It's just the beanie moment. I'm just checking the bag. Do I have more? I know. I guess I would have used most of my chemicals for the false flashbang.
You've used your thermite charge. You've gone through chemicals. New, unless your heavy signature is an explosive weapon.
No, it would be more like a plasma thing. So I don't think it's explosive.
Okay.
Okay, well. Congregations, and these ones are still easy picking.
All right. Do any of you have assault?
No, I do have take someone out.
That does refer
Which-
to like an individual, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think fist to faces applies here.
I mean, you could go and swing him.
Yeah.
Probably not do that. Let's set up a firing line. You two stay here. I'm gonna try and get to a flanking position. Are there any like trees I could climb up to get higher up on the ground?
Yeah, absolutely. There's plenty.
Okay. Can I use act unseen or unheard to climb up to like a sniping position where they can't see me?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you clamber up there onto a nice cozy branch, just letting your legs hang off the side as you hold up your medium signature and begin lining up a shot.
And I would say before Scion left, he would have told them, wait for my signal.
Yeah. So you guys are preparing to open fire on them.
Are these frames printing one by one or at the same time?
One by one. That's how much printers you got to work with.
Okay, Artificer would have printed his frame first then.
Okay.
I don't know how far along my frame is during all this.
Size 2.
Solus,
Probably not a lot. Probably like halfway at least.
Yeah, you start with the size 1s.
I thought one of you had assault.
not me.
Yeah.
The reason why I'm starting with mine is that way I can
Okay,
jump in mine when it's done.
I think I have an idea. You said most of them or all of them had like assault rifles. They don't seem to have
Yeah.
any specialized other kinds of.
Nothing like that.
And they don't seem to be carrying any other type of armament, like sidearms or something.
Maybe some of them, but you really couldn't say with the robes.
Okay.
You need to get closer to know that sort of thing. I will say though, Solar, I would let you apply your blow something up trigger as an assault, as like a part of taking part of combat.
Yeah, mostly my idea was that okay, if some of them is carrying like a missile launcher or something, take that out first. I get to pick it up and go to work. But if that's not possible, maybe. No, I don't think we have much else.
Okay. So,
Alright, so
Scion,
we're
you
ready
could
to-
get an opening pick, I suppose, would take someone out. I would allow that.
Yeah.
And that could be
That
the
works.
signal to start.
Yep. I will roll that now.
Yeah, take 2 accuracy. 2 accuracy.
Oh, with 2 accuracy? Crap.
I told you to take 2 accuracy.
Alright.
Do you want to lose? What's up, man? I put my hand on your back. What's up?
Okay,
that's a
highest was a
5.
5, so it's an 11.
Yep. You are you using a bow?
I like to think it's like a souped up crossbow.
Yeah, you have this tack bow, probably overspec'd by one of the science team, you know, and you just
Yeah.
catch somebody in the neck who, going down, is like gripping their trigger as bullets fly, and immediately, but before you let go of that string, you do notice that their leader, the one who's standing, like in the center, seems to be looking directly at you.
Piss.
And then, once you let go of that arrow, and you try and get another beat on where they are, they're gone.
It's like that
Fine.
scene in a movie where you see like people running across the screen and then they're not there at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a car moves over, you just
Yeah.
blocks your side of view, then they're gone.
Yeah, then they're gone.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Blink and you'll miss it. And
Well, that's-
because you guys are coming in with a fun little surprise for them, both Martin and Solar Hush get to roll a trigger at double accuracy.
Okay. My only combat trigger is apply fist to faces.
Get in there.
I
you
mean,
scared
my
for?
melee
Get in there.
weapon's my fist.
Get in there.
Uh, 12.
Martin,
It's almost
you're
good.
unreasonably pissed about your Gorgon. You fucking berserk. Just run up in there and just start fucking hitting people left and right. And because you're like in the middle of it all, the people who could shoot you because they're not being punched by you are having to contend with their own friends being in the way of gunfire. As suddenly, I presume, Solar Hush has a funny little thing to do, right? Just with that +6.
While the fighting and all that stuff, trying to use him as a distraction, I like sneak up behind one of the cultists, if there's a word.
Yeah,
Sort of like
cultist.
sort of like feeling around the ropes, hoping to find a grenade to sort of like pull the pin, kick him forward, and maybe start shooting while the fuse goes off.
Sure. Yeah.
Some Guardian of the Galaxy shit right there.
Okay, it's what kind of roll that?
It'll be an explosives roll, with 2 accuracy.
Okay. $17.
Yeah, successful. You know, you kick him over there as you then pull your heavy ordnance over your shoulder and let loose your plasma grenade, turning people into little ash piles, if you will. Such violence. Truly unbefitting of a man of science, but yeah, you guys have very quickly cleared out about half of them. If I'm just gonna throw some stray bullets out there. Yeah, they're shooting at you. They're not hitting anything. If you guys want to take some more triggers real quick.
You said I lost sight of the captain.
The leader, yes.
Could I try to use spot to find out where they went?
You could.
Because if I see him, I wanna get
Her.
a shot on him.
It's a woman.
Oh, them, her.
God forbid.
So would I
women
be
have
able-
hobbies.
No, impossible. But could I use spot to find out where she was so I can get a shot on her?
Yeah, absolutely. You can definitely try that.
All right, and because of Eyes of the Void, I get +1 accuracy, so
Mhm.
I'll make the roll.
It is with such a high roll that you truly begin to understand the situation that just transpired in front of you, because you have a perfect view of everything around you for a good distance. A woman in bright white robes would not be able to hide from you in this forest. But no matter where you look, nothing. Poof. Like she vanished into thin air. Or like she was never there at all.
Huh. Scion just blows some air out of his mouth and says that's annoying to himself and shoots another person on the ground.
Okay. Yeah. And I'll say... Yeah.
Keeps a note of that.
I'll say with that you guys do effectively clear out the whole of this congregation group, and those who you do not kill are instead running.
Upon clearing them out, Martin's gonna rush to his Gorgon to try to collect his NHP casket.
You know, you didn't have high hopes, though hope
Yeah.
was something you had a lot of. But looking into it, you do see in the ripped open chest cavity of the Gorgon does sit a worn but functional casket, pulsing. You're not entirely sure how shackled this thing is.
Yeah, Martin's just gonna hold it close to him
You seem particularly fond of that.
I thought I lost her.
In any case, their leader is missing. She disappeared. Not via traditional means. I suspect some tech involved. Let's head back.
Alright. Yeah, you guys return back to the site of the printer where you had left Artificer and Raven behind. Artificer and Raven, as they are starting to come back to their approach, you do hear that sound of vibrating air once more, and start to take cover from within the cabin of the ship as it pulses overhead. Hovers, and then begins to move on again. There's something very sluggish about the way it moves, despite its blistering speeds. And you don't know how to feel about that.
Momentum. So how far along are these frames?
You're getting there. By the time that everybody's back, things are ready to rock.
Oh, okay. That's pretty gotten there.
Martin, you do have your casket in tow?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Not gonna be functional for a bit, but you know.
You don't plug that thing in.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and you guys begin making your preparations. You have 4 frames now, but with what was left in these printers, you are only able to accrue 1 core bonus. 1 core power.
Oofs. What about Raven?
Raven also got his frame, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
As he sort of like stretches the joints of the knight. It's a cool ass frame. Here, let me give you. I'll pull him up. He's a part of the crew. We love you, Raven.
Let's kick ass.
Part of the UFA and PCs, baby. So yeah, what's your plan now?
So we'll brief each other. Scion will mention that, or I guess Scion and Solace will mention that you said it was the Pontiff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're still alive. The leader of the observers is alive, and Scion suspects teleportation or maybe mirage capabilities. So those 2 are out there, and then we also have that thing.
Can I attempt to contact Hector?
Yeah.
Alright. Do I contact Hector?
Hello? Who is that?
Sir, Artificer here.
Breaking
recovered
out.
our frames. We've recovered our frames.
Artificer. You need to stop. To stop that. And the connection cuts out once more.
Is there
I've
like a
never
network?
heard Hector desperate before.
Yeah, it is starting to make me a little nervous. Is there like a network, a radio network, or anything where I could try to contact other OMDI that might be in the area?
You definitely could. The ship has a radio signal you could try and use despite being in worse for wear. But because of interference in the city, you're not terribly confident about how well it's going to go for you. Or
Can I
if
use
there
my-
is anybody left who can help you.
Could I use my subjectivity enhancement suite to help in some way? I'm reading
I've
through
got-
this, and I'm not 100% on if it would help.
I could use my rigor ability to try to
Yeah, I have
cut through
direct
this.
Omni to access, but I don't know if that. Hmm.
Maybe.
Want me to make a check?
Sure.
Yeah. Hacker fix.
Yeah. Trying to, utilize the
Mhm.
subjectivity sync in that way, yeah.
Mm-hmm. 7.
Yeah.
11.
You can sort of begin to feel out the radio signals in the general area. There are a few still buzzing, but it's not a lot. Most of it is actually police radios helping with evacuation protocols, and a lot of chaos, essentially.
Does OMDI have like a kind of like radio Morse code that they would understand?
Beyond like standard Morse code, no, not really.
I was just trying to find a way if I can ping any nearby survivors to come meet at a common location, like to try to group them up.
Yeah. Try and You said you wanted to use rigor.
I was gonna use rigor to make the signal work, but I guess that already happened.
Not
Or
really. Martin can help you with that.
Mm-hmm.
okay, I can use my rigor to try to create a device that might be able to ping the OMDI operatives in the field in some way, shape, or form. If that would be acceptable.
Yeah, go for it. Roll a d6 to see how it works.
All right. All right. 6 is for the rest of the session. You have defeated extra parts, raw material, or input from your gear, the environment if you want to use it. That's fine. I'll use the salvage from the broken up ship
Okay.
to help it work. And I guess can I make a hack or fix, or what's the roll I need to make for this check?
Let me check yours.
I
Yeah,
think
hacker fix
rigor.
is perfectly acceptable. Yeah.
And I have accuracy on this.
Take
You
double
have
accuracy.
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that?
Double accuracy.
Oh.
Double accuracy. And I can't roll lower than a 10 because of metal mark.
Different scene.
Oh, there's a different scene. Well,
Yeah.
either way, that is a 23.
Yeah. You sort of like send out a ping. It's essentially just a distress beacon. As you kind of wait for a reply. The radio now buzzing to life. Hello? This is Pisces with the Hazel Hereafters.
Pisces, this is Artificer. Can't speak for long, so meet at this location on the ping. Group up. We're going to need all the firepower we can amass.
I read you. Over and out. And the line then goes dead. So, this thing is still pulling through itself through the city, but now you have the means to fight it. What is your game plan currently? Where do you want to try and fight it? You know it reacts to noise and explosions and whatnot. You could pull it into an optimal location for a skirmish.
Did we know if it can fly or if it can only
Yeah.
like hover?
When it's in that folded form, it basically flies around, yes.
Okay. Oofs.
Some place where we can have a lot of distance so we can keep our distance and engage it like
I would
that.
say probably someplace with open sight lines because it doesn't look like it can shoot us. It can only charge at us. So if we have plenty of space to position around it, And then we just like fish in a barrel.
Right. Agreed.
So probably one of the more destroyed parts of the city because everything would have been crumbled down. So there's nothing blocking our view.
Or on the outskirts.
Yeah.
Though that would require crossing the entire city again.
Dang it.
I have sort of an idea. I have a displacer. It displaces things. So if it's allowed as a sort of modified blower things check or something similar, maybe I can use that device to clear up some sightlines, maybe?
The use of the
Displace-
displacer would probably immediately bring its attention.
Be loud and very visually attractive.
The sound of a mech taking 10 heat.
That tends to get attention, yeah. What does the immediate area around us look like?
Where the plane landed, you guys are kind of like in a public park area, a bit north in downtown. There is, you didn't really get a good look at it, but there was a particularly ruined part of downtown towards the center, what used to be the long short. Something instinctual in your guts, perhaps your DNA speaking to you, tells you that that is where it happened. First contact, if you will. And as such, the Metaphor Ruiner has cleared it out quite a bit for you.
Well, there's open sightlines. Any objections?
No.
Alright, then I say we should be on our way. Let's try and find a fortified place where we can put ourselves there.
Alright. Excuse me. As you guys are rolling towards that location in your frames, what kind of setup would you be looking to do?
Like while we're traveling?
Or like once you get there. The travel time's pretty short, especially in frames now. Navigating the city is much easier, quicker.
I guess like a kill zone sort of area.
Yeah.
Designate, try to like funnel them into a big area.
Okay. Are there any deployables that you'd want to put out first?
I have my where is it? My Sentinel drone.
Okay. Sentinel drone.
I don't know if it's possible, but I'd like my mech to be somewhere high and probably trying to hide immediately.
Okay. We can definitely get you started out of sight. Probably not hidden though.
That works.
Okay. Okay. You all ready yourselves, taking positions and holding your breath as the air begins to vibrate and buzz. As the Metaphor Ruiner sits in the center of essentially its birthplace, the womb, if you will, and vibrates with a strange expectation. Like it's waiting on something. The infinite recursion of folding continues almost at like a slow, sluggish pace, in and out of itself multiple times over. looking deeply into the recursion starts to give you a headache. But you do start to see like little masses forming within it. As it starts to spin kind of clockwise. And suddenly, a volley of somethings begin to fly out of it everywhere, slamming into the walls, ground, where just everywhere, haphazardly, wildly. Just spitting out this volley that blotted out the sky before it stops after a moment. And you guys have to like reposition yourselves a little bit. Excuse me. It seems like it's picked up a new trick.
Oh.
And this Friday, we will have our boss fight.
Oh, cliffhanger.
Yeah.